10 to 10 it is on Tuesday. I'm going out. Just looked at the weather forecast. There's a 100% chance of rain for the next few hours. It's looking quite bright at the moment. It is spitting, I think. Yes, so I might regret this decision, but I'm going to go. I've got my book. I'm going to go and have half an hour in the garden barn with a cup of coffee and a cake. It's a day after Secret Diary of a Serial Diet. It's no wonder I'm not losing any weight, isn't it? But yes, they have very nice cakes there. I'll take you with me there. And then I'm going to go to Market Harborough, which is a lovely market town in Leicestershire. It's about 40 minutes drive from here. And it's full of independent shops. And Mary Portas voted it one of the best towns in the country. The last time I went, there was not a single empty shop on the high street. So I don't know what it is that they're doing. But yeah, we'll see if it's still like that. It's been a while since I've been. I love having a mooch around there. And I'll be very upset if it is raining because I don't want to get soggy. So are you ready to come with me? You got your bag? Got your money? Got your umbrella? Got your phone? Come on then, let's go. I've arrived. It's filling up. There's some yummy mummies with prams and buggies. That rhymes. And it's raining. So let's go inside. I had a moment there. I thought I'd left my phone at home and thought I was going to have to go back and get it. But it was in the bottom of the packet. Guys, it's such a shame. I've had a lovely cake and cup of coffee. Oh, it was really nice. It was a bit noisy to read my book. Been in there about half an hour just thinking, mulling things over, deleting loads of videos off this phone. Can you hear the rain? I'm not suitably dressed for wandering around the shops in the rain. I've got cream shoes on. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to go home and I'm going to film a knitting video, I think. I'm going to do a comparison of my yarn spring box and my stitch spring box, and I might do some research into slow stitching and start a bit of stitching, who knows. And yeah, I've got theatre train work to do, so I think I'm going to go home and do that. My time would be better spent doing that, but boo. Yes, look at it. I wasn't dressed for going out in the rain. It's a shame. But yeah, it's really coming down now. I mean, we do need it. Look, there's my little fig tree in the big terracotta pot. And then that's a tomato plant next to it. And then there's some radishes. They're all too close to each other, so they're not going to grow very well. And then there's some peppers in the other pots. You can't see it very well. That pot with the bee on it there looks like it's made out of terracotta. That's actually a plastic pot that I bought last week. No sun, summer butterflies not whizzing round. My cosmos is looking quite nice though, and my nemesia. And then this pepper is doing quite well. I think I'm going to water my plants in a minute. Pete said I'm in charge of dinner tonight. and I'm feeling a bit mean, so I'm not going shopping. I've got this bolognese, assortment of bolognese sauces out the freezer. We'll have a bit of spag bol. Yeah, that's what I'm having tonight. Morning, it's just gone 7 on Wednesday. What's the date? I don't know, don't care. I'm up early because hubby is going to have a go at making some planters for the garden out of bits of wood. And it's being delivered anytime now, between 7 and 11. So I'm up. Kat has left me a lovely present I've just cleaned up. She's vomited all over the carpet upstairs. It's a good job it's our scraggy carpet that is going to be being replaced at some point. Yes, it's quite a nice bright morning, and I'm going to attempt, after I've popped into morning knitting for a coffee, I'm not going to have a cake today because I had 2 cakes yesterday. I'm going to attempt to go to Market Harborough today. So if I do go, we will go with. One of the things that happened yesterday is that our tap has given up the ghost. Hope you made a repair on it a couple of years ago, and it just gave up the ghost yesterday. So we were without water for a few hours while Pete sorted out what's what. He's taken the old tap out and we're waiting for a new one. So this kitchen sink is out of use at the moment. It's a good job I've got another one. Another thing that's on its way out is the kettle. That started to leak really badly. I'm going to attempt to make a cup of tea in a minute, but before I do, let's go and have a look and see what damage the rain has done in the garden. Can you hear all the birds? So, oh, that's not too bad. This is my little dianthus. Is it a dianthus? Yes, little dianthus. It's not sitting in too much water, that's all right. Bird bath there's looking a bit sorry for itself. This is quite pretty, I don't know what it is. And the cordeline's got lots of weeds in it. But let me show you. This is what I planted out last week. See, sweet peas, looking very sorry for themselves. I want to see if I can find some more to plant. We've planted some seeds along here somewhere as well. Nasturtiums are a bit straggly. I hope they'll thicken up, and then there's some sunflowers there that are very leggy. Yes, I don't know quite what to do about them. This is an attempt at an insect hotel. Yes, sun's really nice actually. My Acer, something's happened to it. Look at that blue sky. It's not going to stay, I don't think. Yes. I like this plant arrangement here. And then I've got some stuff over there. Got a new lawn mower arriving today. But I think it's going to be too damp to mow the lawn. Blue's here. She says, feed me my breakfast. But you threw up, Blue. Back in the car. No makeup day today, I decided. Yes, giving my skin a bit of a rest today, so that's why I'm a bit florid. I've just been to morning knitting for a little bit. I might show you the pig when I get home. I've done one trotter and sewn it up and stuffed it, and yeah, it's coming on quite nice. But I only stayed for about an hour, and I came out of the coffee shop and crossed over the road to go to the bank to pay a check-in. I meant to tell you this earlier. I informed National Savings, the premium bonds people, that I had changed address. I've got premium bonds that are 27 years old, and I've only just told them that I've moved address 22 years ago. because they wrote to me ages ago and said, we think you've moved. Can you confirm? And I never did, because I couldn't find the original bond. And I thought about a month ago, I thought I need to sort this. And I did find the original bond, and I changed my address online, and then they send you something in the post, you have to sign and confirm and send it back. Anyway, on Saturday I had a check. My premium bonds come up. I've only got £100, I think. It's the minimum, isn't it, you can have, but I won £25 and there was interest of 9p, so I've just paid that in, and the heavens opened. It's just started again now, and I'm huffing up. So yes, I'm gonna drive to Market Harborough. I was going to pop in the garden barn again, but I think I'll leave that today. I've got about a 50-minute drive to Market Harborough from Rugby Town Centre. Takes about 40 minutes from where I live. So yes, off we go. The weather is ridiculous. I have actually stopped off at the garden barn because the sun's out-ish. I need a wee, so I'm going to have a wee here before I go to Market Harborough. I'm going to have a look outside at the plants I didn't manage to see yesterday. Oh my gosh, guys, I could spend an absolute fortune in there. There's some absolutely beautiful things, little plants. The little plants weren't too bad, actually. I think they were £3.50 each, the 1 litre little pots, small pots. A whole variety of different plants, some quite unusual. £3.50 each, or 4 for £12. It's not bad, is it? And there was a pot I really liked for £29.99, a great big kind of, it's terracotta, but it's got a kind of metallic coppery glaze on it, and I thought that would look really nice with some things in it. But I'm in my little car, I wouldn't be able to fit the pot in the boot. Yeah, so off we go to Market Harborough now. No sweet peas there, oh, but some beautiful things and lovely little ornaments. Yes, and sweet pea supports, and you know, tall climbing plant supports. Yes, anyway, off we go. I'm here. I've managed to find a free parking space for 2 hours, so I'm going to have a little wander. Very hot and bothered. Oh yes, well, funny weather. It's really warm. I've driven through some glorious sunshine, but it looks like there's going to be another cloudburst any minute. So yes, let's go and have a little wander. I've just been in here. It's a pop-up art exhibition. It's the Harborough Artists Cluster. I'll leave them linked down below. I've had a lovely chat with a lady who's manning the exhibition. She's a textile artist. Some beautiful stuff in there. But sadly, I'm not in a position to buy anything because I've just bought some clothes. Anyway, I'm going to carry on wandering. I've just moved the car from my free parking space to Sainsbury's car park. I've had to pay £2 for 3 hours. I can get a refund of £1.50 if I spend £5, and I do need a couple of things from Sainsbury's, so I do that afterwards. I've just bought a couple of tops, and yes, bags of shopping are in the boot, and I've got a few shops I want to go and have a look at. Still haven't bought what I'm really after, so we'll see. But a lot of changes since I've last been here. There's a Jigsaw, there's a Jo Malone, there is a White Company, so I'm going to go and have a look in those. I'm just walking by the side of a river here, and the sun is out. It's absolutely glorious. I have still got my raincoat in my bag just in case it does rain later, because there are a few grey clouds, but it's beautiful. This is pretty. I've just been in there. There might have been some craft purchases. I think tomorrow is going to be a big show and tell day. Morning, just about. It's, I think, about 11:45 on Thursday. I had a lovely day in Market Harborough yesterday. I am exhausted today. I walked over 6.5 miles yesterday, according to my Apple Watch. And yeah, I've slept in today. I woke up in the night, read my book a bit, couldn't sleep. The cat was bothering me. And it was 8:30 when I woke up. And I just feel like I've been hit by a brick today. Funny old day again. It's quite sunny out there. I'm wearing a pinafore dress that I bought yesterday. It's linen from a shop called Fenella. Don't know if anybody's heard of it. It's quite a funky shape. I thought it'd be useful for school. Different coloured t-shirts under it and little shirts. Did buy a couple of shirts from there as well. Not me at all, but actually quite nice. Although I don't know whether they might be a bit frumpy, a bit old lady. I'll wear them one day and you can tell me. Hubby has been up longer than me. He's made himself a cooked breakfast. I declined because I'm a porky so-and-so. Yes, I'm trying on clothes in shops with mirrors. It wasn't very flattering yesterday. I wanted to buy myself a really nice dress to treat myself for being 60, and I couldn't find one that I liked really. Everything is very, very long. And when you're only 5'2", you know, I'm going to be tripping over it and paying a substantial amount of money for a dress that I'm then going to need to pay to have altered, because I'm no good at sewing myself. Anyway, I'm going to have some beans on toast. Hubby cooked himself some beans and there's some left over, so I'm going to have one slice of toast with the beans on it and a little shaving of parmesan, I think. I'm going to put a little bit of balsamic. We've got a new kettle. Oh, that was a job this morning. I woke up, I was really thirsty, and I thought, I'm dying for a cup of tea, but the kettle was completely broken. So I had to go the old-fashioned route and boil water on the hob. It was not a bad cup of tea though, to be fair. Yeah, so I've got a new kettle. I haven't tried it out yet. I might have a coffee in a bit and sit down with you and show you some of the non-clothes things that I bought yesterday. And I don't know why, I'm feeling a bit sad today. A bit, I can feel just welling up, a little bit tearful, and I don't know why. I think it's because in the great scheme of things today, I wanted to get up at 6 and do 2 hours theatre train planning. And then by 8 o'clock, that would all be over and I could enjoy my day and get on with my art workshop that I want to do. But I think I'm going to have a day off of theatre train stuff today. I've got tomorrow and I've got Saturday morning before I start work. And yeah, I just think I'm going to chill today, try and do my art workshop, catch up on that because I'm already behind. Anyway, I'll be back in a bit. very kindly made me a cup of tea. The beans on toast didn't last more than 5 minutes. They were rather lovely. Just thought I'd pick up my slow stitching, but you know, I can't see. So I wound one of my Sherry Iris hand-dyed embroidery threads into a little, well, I put it on a bit of scrap card actually. There's blues and greens. I don't know what the composition of the fibre is, but it feels like it's got silk in it. I think it's got merino in it as well. It's beautiful. I'll have to have a look on their website. So this was part of my string stitch box. And I'm really cross with myself because I did a video. I can't see to do it. I need my magnifying glass. I did a video unboxing it and I've deleted it. I don't think I've saved it to my computer before I've deleted it off my phone. I've done, let me think, in my latest knitting podcast, I did a bit of unboxing of the yarn one, and I have actually filmed a comparison on Tuesday, I think it was, of the yarn against the floss, and they are very similar colours. They look very pretty together, so that'll be going up on that channel soon. But yeah, as hubby was making the tea, new kettle, ever so nice. It's got paddles inside, so when you're filling the kettle up, it's got 3 red paddles. You can see more visually when you're looking inside the kettle where you're filling up to, and it's a quiet boil, which is very nice. Anyway, yeah, I said to hubby that I was feeling a bit tearful, and I can feel myself filling up now. It's ridiculous. And he said it's probably to do with my mum still, you know, because it's been what, 5 months? January, February, March, April, May, yeah, 4 months. Yeah, and it would have been her birthday the day after mine. Next week she would have been 88. So maybe there is a lot of that kind of stuff going on, I don't know. But let's not dwell on that. Let's show you some things that I bought yesterday. So they have some nice charity shops in Market Harborough. I don't know whether I've said this already, but Mary Portus, she's a kind of retail guru. I really like her actually. I think she was in a heterosexual relationship in the first part of her adult life, and she's got a child, if not 2. But now she's come out. I don't know if she's bisexual or lesbian, but yeah, I love her. She's very feisty, I find her a very attractive personality. Anyway, she voted Market Harborough one of the best high streets before COVID, yeah. And I did say, I think in a bit of yesterday's waffle, that I was going to see how many empty shops there were. On the actual high street, I didn't see any. There were a couple of premises that were being redeveloped, you know, there were contractors in there. And the only, I might have said this yesterday, I'm so tired, I don't know what I've said, I'm really sorry. The only bits where I could see some empty shops that were for let were in the kind of more modern part of the town where the market hall is and Sainsbury's and stuff. But yeah, it certainly nothing like Rugby where every other shop front is empty. And I was talking to my friend Lou yesterday. Hello Lou, but she won't be watching. I always say that, she won't be watching. She had wanted to be a retailer, but she's rethinking her business strategy. She wants to do more community work for groups, like crafting community work, crochet, knitting, dressmaking, sewing, but for vulnerable groups of people and identified groups of people in need rather than selling things. And but she's been looking at premises, I think, and inquiring about rents, and they're just prohibitive. You know, a small shop in an area that doesn't get much footfall, you're talking 20 to 25 grand a year in rent. Never mind your business rates if it's a large enough property, and any staff costs you've got to pay, buying your stock, running the place in terms of electricity, water rates and all that kind of stuff, you know. Do you pay council? Yeah. Are you business rates instead of council tax? I don't know. But anyway, you know, you've got to take £1,000 a week just to keep your head above water, which, depending on the nature of what you do, you know. Anyway, maybe Leicestershire aren't as greedy as Rugby. Because I said to Lou, we had this conversation yesterday, I said, surely if you're a landlord, you would rather have somebody occupying the premises and it being used than being empty and not getting any revenue from it. And she says, well, a lot of these properties are owned outright, they're an asset, and the landlords don't care. I'd care. Anyway, I went into, I can't remember which shop it was, it might have been the PDSA, and I bought this Rupert annual from 1971, and it was only £3. And I thought, all these lovely little square pictures would be lovely on a card front or in a junk journal or whatever. And it took me back to my childhood, because I did have some years where I had Rupert annuals. I wasn't a huge fan, but yeah, it was just, they're just iconic, aren't they? If you're in the UK, Daily Express annual. Yeah. The bubble bursts with such a crack, the captain's binnacle starts back. Yes. So I bought that for £3. Then I went in the works, and there may have been some craft purchases, but I love the 2 chubby cubs, and you've seen me talk about the 2 chubby cubs before. So I've got this 2 chubby cubs full on flavour. But God, you know, I haven't got this already. I have to go and have a look on my bookshelf. But it was £7 instead of recommended retail price of 20. I'm sure in places like Smith's you could probably get it for 10 or 15. But I just love them because they are humorous. And it says all of the recipes are under 500 calories. And it's kind of, let's have a look and see, it's split into, look, they're lovely, such lovely people. They have got a YouTube channel, but I don't think they're very active on it. I think they're more active on Instagram. But yeah, and I love that they've used the pride colours. So you've got morning marvels, lighter lunches, fuss-free fakeaways, pasta, rice and grains, speedy and splendid, dazzling dishes and puds. So I could do with some ideas for lighter lunches for when I go back to work. Speedy and splendid. Oh, and look, you can just see the colour coding on the side of the book there as well. So I'm looking for speedy and splendid because, yeah, let's have a little look. Oh, that's no good. I don't like tofu. Yeah, me and tofu, I'm allergic to tofu. Boston burrito. Oh, lamb and mint burgers. Now, this serves 4. So I'd probably halve it. Right, we're all aware that burgers have had quite the makeover in the last few years. Smash burgers, giant burgers, burgers served inside a brioche bun. Whoever invented the latter deserves shooting into the sun, because a brioche bun is too sweet and too spongy for a burger. And that's a fact, because I said so. Well, I'm sorry, I do actually quite like a brioche bun. Of course, we're fairly certain that we've done our own brioche bun burger recipes ourselves, but that's fine because we're cool. With the above in mind, we're keeping these lamb and mint burgers as simple as possible. Quite right, because a well-seasoned burger is a thing of joy, and you don't need it dripping in cheese and other unctuous additions to enjoy it. Now, I did go through a phase where I was making my own burgers and with my own burger seasoning. I found a recipe on the internet and I can't find it again since, but it was really, really lovely seasoning, and I used to make a lot of it and store it in a little Kilner jar. Right, so for this you need, for 4 people, 500 grams of lean lamb mince, 2 tablespoons mint sauce, 4 tablespoons natural yogurt, red onion and iceberg lettuce. Does it say the calories? 498. Yeah, lamb's quite calorific, isn't it? But that could be quite good. For the Barbie, easy garlic noodles. Now that's up my street. That's 481. Yes. Now they don't seem to be quite as humorous with their things, with their little intros. Oh, spanakorizo. So that's Greek. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. But you know, I have a feeling I've already bought this. So I'll have to go and have a look in a minute. So that was one thing I bought from Works. Then the first thing that caught my eye for £3, like, I mean, look, you can't see because it's over there. If I swish you around, look over there at all the paper. Like, I need more paper. I've got this paper bundle kit and it's 50 sheets for £3. You've got 4 different sizes, and I thought it was really cute because I thought one of the things that I might do if I start a Ko-fi shop is things like this. And look, it's just bundled up really nicely with a bit of twine, which of course you can use, except they've tied it in a knot, so I'm going to have to cut that. But 50 sheets, 4 different sizes, and it's quite nice. It's craft card on one side, but florals on the other. Well, it's bits and bobs, but I thought I could do that with a lot of my paper because I'm not going to get through it all. That's not, but it was this that spoke to me. In fact, I'd said that I bought a shirt yesterday. One of the shirts is a little bit like this, floral like that with soft colours on it. That's really pretty. But for £3, yeah, so another floral. I'm not going to go through all of them. Not all of them are craft card on the back. Little journaling cards. And then these look like they're just plain. Oh no, I can see some pattern on a couple of them. Oh, come on, out you come. So I think these are A6. Yeah, quite nice. Look, see that? That'd just make a nice card front on its own, wouldn't it? Anyway, I'm not going to bore you showing you any more of those. And then this caught my eye, and this was £2. Make and create stickers, 100 pack, 6 sheets. If I kind of put that like that, you can see better. Just very delicate, very pretty, and they tie in with those papers beautifully. And then they'd only got 2 12 by 12 paper pads, and sadly these aren't double-sided like they used to be, and they have gone up in price from £3 to £5, but still for a 12 by 12 paper. This is for envelopes, and also I liked the neutral colour palette in this, and it's kind of Tim Holtzy, and it's 230 GSM. You've got 12 designs, 2 of each. There's one. There's another one. So perfect for envelopes, but also for all kinds of things. You can see they're quite Tim Holtzy, aren't they? But lovely quality. And I think what I would do actually is use it inside out, so the patterned bit would be inside the envelope, and then you can use the white space, decorate it how you want. Lovely muted colour palette. There we go. And I think that's the last one. Yeah, so that was that from the Works. Then one of my favourite shops in Market Harborough is called Bagel and Griff, and it's kind of like a homeware-y shop. Downstairs they've got big ethnic kind of platters and mugs and crockery, all that kind of stuff, napkins, candles, candle holders. And upstairs they've got a stationery section and bath stuff and stuff for your bathroom, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, I picked up this huge roll of masking tape, £6. Look how thick it is. They've all got all different designs, different colours. Look at that. Well, that'd be nice on envelopes, wouldn't it? Or on tags, or again, if I ever get around to doing any junk journals, then you know I'm into my gardening at the moment. Although, I went and had a look last night. Some things are doing really well. My sweet peas have all gone apart from one. It's looking very feeble, hanging on by the skin of its teeth. And I can't see any garden centres selling them like established plants or seedlings. So that was a waste of time. And one of my nasturtiums that was doing really well, it's in a pot by itself, it's got some kind of disease. Might take you out and show you another time. But I bought these seeds to do next year. They were only £1 instead of £2.50. And they've got really nice, they're really nicely packaged. This is pansies. It's got information on the back and it tells you what they're compatible with. So these pansies, it says compatible or companion plants: sweet william, snapdragon, rosemary, coriander, calendula. Good King Henry common, which is also known as poor man's asparagus, English mercury, wild spinach. It was an integral part of European diet before other better known green leafy crops made people forget about Good King Henry. Yeah, so these are all £1. So I'm not going to do anything with these this year. And this is common peppermint. And then I've got polka dot mixed cornflowers. Love cornflowers. Really nicely packaged. Yeah. So I think I'll probably bring today to a close there. I've got an email to send. I'm going to go and check whether I've got that book already. I'll be really disappointed if I have, because that was a waste of £7. I'll give it to somebody. It's very windy today. The sun has been out, the clouds are shifting, but yeah, it's not a sitting in the garden day for me. I'm going to crack on and gesso my background pages for my art workshop. I think that's what I'm going to do. So this may be the end of this weekly vlog. I don't know. I've whittled on for ages, haven't I? Thank you for keeping me company. Yes. Anyway,